The moment I heard it, my chest felt like it had been crushed under a freight train. Her words, deliberate, casual, venomous, sliced through the hum of the crowded restaurant. "I always knew you were just my backup," she said, laughing with that careless, airy charm that had once made my stomach froze. The silver fork in my hand trembled. Around us, the chatter of friends and family continued like nothing had happened, but for me, time had stopped. Backup. I had spent months planning this engagement party, months imagining a life with her, and now this? I looked at her, my fiancée, the woman I thought I knew. Her lips curved in that infuriating smile, eyes sparkling like nothing had just been revealed. My world had shattered in a single sentence. I wanted to scream. I wanted to leave. I wanted to disappear and never see her again. Instead, I rose from my chair, my legs stiff and trembling, and every eye in the restaurant turned toward me. "Back up," I repeated, my voice dangerously calm, but my hands were shaking so hard I almost dropped my phone. "Did I hear you correctly?" She tilted her head, mock innocence painted across her face. "I said what I said. You knew I had options, didn't you?" The words stung like acid. I had loved her, trusted her, put my heart on the line, and she had, what? She had been waiting for someone better, someone else, and I was the consolation prize. I could feel the heat rising in my face. I had always prided myself on composure, but not this time. Not now. The betrayal was raw, immediate, and unbearable. My chest ached, my stomach churned, and yet I could not leave quietly. "No," I said, my voice firming, gaining strength with every heartbeat. "No, this ends here. Right here. Right now." Whispers ran through the room. My friend's eyes were wide, her mother's lips pressed into a tight line, her father's brow furrowed. But I didn't care. I could no longer pretend. I could no longer tolerate the betrayal that sat like a knife in my chest. I turned to her, letting my anger and heartbreak spill into the open. "You think I deserve to be your second choice?" I asked, my voice low but cutting. "You think I deserve to be someone's backup plan while you chase someone else?" Her smile faltered for a moment, then she laughed, a hollow, unconvincing sound. "It's not like that," she said. "I mean, you're overreacting." Overreacting. The word echoed in my head. Overreacting. After everything. "No," I said again, louder this time. "No. I'm done pretending, and I'm done being your second choice. I trusted you with my heart, and you never cared enough to value it." She opened her mouth to reply, but I cut her off. I reached into my pocket, feeling the smooth surface of the engagement ring I had bought her. It was beautiful, elegant, a symbol of everything I had dreamed of sharing with her. And now it was nothing but a reminder of her betrayal. I placed the ring on the table, facing her, and let it shine under the soft glow of the chandeliers. "Here," I said, my hand steady now despite the storm inside me. "Take this. It belongs to someone you never wanted to be with, someone you never truly loved." Gasps rippled through the room. I could see the confusion and shock in the eyes of my friends and family. Some were sympathetic, some were horrified. I didn't care. My world had contracted to this moment, this act of reclaiming my dignity from someone who had treated me as disposable. "I heard you," I said, locking eyes with her. "Backup. That's what I was. And I refuse to stay in a life where I am less than someone's first choice." She blinked, genuinely stunned this time, the laughter gone. "You're overreacting," she repeated weakly, but it was hollow. Even she didn't believe it. I stood taller. The weight of betrayal had been transformed into clarity, into resolve. "No," I said. "I am reacting exactly the way anyone should when the person they love reveals they never loved them back." There was a pause, thick and suffocating. I could hear my own heartbeat in my ears. Then, slowly, deliberately, I turned away. I walked past her, past the whispers, past the shocked faces, and out the front door. The cool night air hit me like a baptism, harsh and invigorating. I didn't look back. I didn't need to. The sound of the engagement party fading behind me felt like the sound of my life beginning anew. Every step was heavy but determined, every breath a reclamation of the love I had wasted on someone undeserving. The walk to my car was solitary, but not lonely. There was grief, yes, raw, aching grief, but also relief. Relief that I had seen the truth before it destroyed more of me, before it chained me to a life of lies and second choices. I sat in the driver's seat and let myself cry, tears of betrayal and heartbreak mingling with tears of freedom. I thought of all the nights we had spent planning a future, all the laughter and whispers in the dark, and I realized that none of it had been real, not fully. She had never been invested in us the way I had. And yet, amid the sorrow, a strange sense of clarity settled over me. I didn't need her approval, her affection, or her love. I didn't need to be someone's backup. I was enough, and someday I would find someone who saw me as first, as whole, as irreplaceable. Weeks passed. The sting of betrayal dulled, but it never disappeared entirely. I learned to recognize the difference between love and convenience, between attachment and genuine care. Every relationship afterward, I approached with caution, but also with the strength of knowing my own worth. I ran into her once after that night, at a mutual friend's gathering. She looked at me with something like regret in her eyes, and for a moment, I saw the woman I had loved reflected in that glance. But I didn't falter. I smiled politely, nodded, and moved on. That night, as I walked home, I realized that I had gained something invaluable. I had learned the cruel but necessary truth that love could not be forced, that trust could not be demanded, and that self-respect was the most important gift I could give myself. Some nights, alone in my apartment, I still replayed her words. Back up. I had heard them and they had cut deep, but they had also freed me. I had ended the engagement not out of anger, but out of necessity. For my heart, for my soul, for my life. And though it had hurt like hell, it had also been the bravest, most honest thing I had ever done. I had chosen myself over someone who never truly chose me, and in that choice I discovered the first flicker of something better. A love I could eventually give to someone who deserved it. Because being someone's first choice isn't just about pride. It's about being valued, cherished, and seen. And no one who whispers betrayal into your ears deserves that kind of love. I never spoke to her again after that night. But every so often I would see a couple walking hand in hand, laughing without reservation, and I would smile quietly to myself. Because one day I told myself I would be that couple. Not with her, but with someone who made me their first, their only, their everything. And that thought, bright, steady, undeniable, was worth every heartbreak, every tear, every whispered insult I had endured. I had lost someone who never loved me, but I had gained myself. And that, in the end, was everything.